this is the first page of the packet for ratios and proportions. So this is the beginning of our unit on similarity. Similar figures we'll find out have proportional sides, and so that's where ratios and proportions come in. So 1 through 4 here, they just want you to write the ratios. So in the first one, they're telling you that there is a car that is 14 feet 10 inches long, and then there's a model of the car which is 8 inches long. So they just want you to write it as a ratio. A ratio simply compares two different values of some kind. And so we're just writing a ratio as a fraction, and it's just simply comparing the two values. So we have 14 feet 10 inches to 8 inches is the model, and they want us to put it all in inches. So there are 12 feet or 12 inches in a foot. So that is what is that? 144 plus 24 is going to be 168. 168 inches plus 10 inches is 178 inches, right? So if we convert feet into inches, 1 foot has 12 inches, so that's going to be 168 inches. And then we have 168 inches plus 10 inches, which gives us 178 inches. And then we can simply reduce that. If we divide by 2, we would have 89 over 4. Right, and your inches would cancel out, and you'd just be left with a ratio of 89 to 4. Okay, there are 16 pounds in an ounce, so we need to convert this to pounds. We're comparing the weight of the car to the weight of the model of the car. So we want to get the weight of the model car in feet, or in pounds. So you have 8 ounces. Okay, there are 16 ounces in a pound. So that's going to be half a pound. Okay. It's a little off the screen, but it's half a pound, so 0.5. And then if we divide 2,900 divided by 0.5, we want to get a fraction. We don't want decimals in our fraction, so this is going to become, if you put this in the calculator, it would tell you 5,800 or 5,800, so we're going to put 5,800 over 1. Basically, we've got to multiply the denominator and the numerator by 2 to get the decimal out of the ratio. Okay, down here, diameter of a car tire is 40 centimeters. The diameter of a toy car tire is 18 millimeters. So we have 40 centimeters over 18 millimeters. There are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So if we wanted to convert this to millimeters, there are going to be 40 centimeters is the same as 400 millimeters. And then 400 divided by 18, that's 200 over 9, which would be our ratio, 200 over 9. Okay. Millimeters would cancel out. There are no conversions on the test, but I mean, you should know how to do this from chemistry and physics and other sciences. Height of a car is 4 feet 8 inches, so that's 4 times 12 is 48 plus 8, that's 56 inches. Is the height of the car, and the model is 3 inches, or the toy car is 3 inches. So you convert that. I don't think 56 is divisible by 3. The inches cancel, so we get 56 divided by 56 over 3. Okay, so that's straightforward. It's just writing your ratios. Again, there's no conversions on the test, so you just need to be able to write the ratio. Number 5, now we get some word problems here. So there's 238 juniors at a high school. The ratio of girls to boys is 3 to 4. So the ratio of girls to boys is 3 to 4. You want to know how many juniors are girls and how many are boys. So we talked about how you could try all the different combinations, but there's an infinite amount of them. But you could try 3 and 4, 6 and 8, 30 and 40, 300 and 400. 75 and 100, until you get one that adds up to 238. But since we don't know what the multiple is, we just put in x. So we're going to have 3x plus 4y equals 238. And we know that the ratio is 3 to 4, so there's some multiple. I'm sorry, I don't know why I put y. There's some multiple of 3 and 4 that when you add them together, you're going to get 238. We don't know what that multiple is, so we put in x. So we get 7x is 238. Divide by 7. X is going to be 34. And it wants to know how many are girls, how many are boys, so we plug it back in. So it says girls to boys. So the number of girls is 3x, the number of boys is 4x. So to find the number of girls, that's 3 times 34. It's 102. Right, 3 times 34. 102. And then for boys, it's 4 times 34, which is 136. 2 ways to check our answer. We need to add these together and make sure they add up to 238. We also need to do 102 divided by 136. And that in fact equals 3/4. So our ratio is 3/4. 102 to 136 is a ratio of 3 to 4. Okay, a rectangle. The size of a rectangle in the ratio of 2 to 5. The perimeter of the rectangle is 70. We need to find the width. So again, we don't know the actual side lengths, but we know the ratio of the length of the width is 2 to 5. So it could be 2 and 5, it could be 4 and 10, it could be 20 and 50, it could be 200 and 500. Since we don't know what the multiple is, we put in x. So if you have a rectangle, we'll make this short side the 2x, and the long side the 5x. And keep in mind it's a rectangle. Opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent, so if this side's 2x, that one's also 2x. If this is 5x, that one's also 5x. So it's a little different from the first one, because the first one you just took the two numbers in the ratio. 3x plus 4x equals the total. And so in class what some people did was 2x plus 5x equals 70. But remember, perimeter is all 4 sides of the rectangle. So we have to do 2x plus 2x plus 5x plus 5x equals 7. Add that all together, we get 14x equals 70. So we get x equals 5. Okay, the question's asking for the width. They don't tell you which one's the width, so let's just find the dimensions of this rectangle. 2 times 5 is going to give us 10, and then 5 times 5 is going to give us 25. So we have 10 by 25. I'm not sure which one's the width and which one is the length, but it's going to be 10 or 25. Okay, the measures of the angles of a triangle are in the extended ratio of 6 to 1 to 5. What is the measure of the largest angle? So again, it's 6, 1, and 5. It could be 12, 2, and 10. It could be 18, 3, and 15. It could be 60, 10, and 50. We don't know, but we know what the ratio is, so there's some multiple where we multiply 6, 1, and 5 by, and they're angles, so they're going to add up to 180. So there's some number we can multiply 6, 1, and 5 by, such that when you add them all together, they're going to add up to 180. Right, the 3 angles of a triangle add up to 180. So we're going to do 6x, x, and 5x. I'm sorry, they're not sides, they're angles. Right, so 6x plus x plus 5x is going to equal 180. That's 12x equals 180. So x is going to be 15. Okay, so 6 times 15 is going to be 90. 1 times 15 is going to be 15. And then 5 times 15 is going to be 75. So 90 plus 15 plus 75 all adds up to 180. That's our first check. The second one is make sure our ratios are good. So 90 to 15 to 75 is the same as 6 to 1 to 5. Right, they're all, 90 divided by 6 is 15, 15 divided by 1 is 15, 75 divided by 5 is 15. So the multiple was 15. Algebra, we got to solve our proportions. To solve a proportion, you need to cross multiply. So 5 times x equals 25 times 3. So you get 5x equals 75. Divided by 5, x is going to be 15. Again, you can plug that back in. 3 divided by 5 would equal 15 divided by 25. 15 divided by 25 reduces to 3 over 5, or 0.6. Cross multiply here. You get 2x. And then you get 4 times 9. So you get 2x equals 36. Divide by 2, and then x equals 18. If you plug it back in, 18 over 4 reduces to 9 over 2. So those ratios are equal. Okay, we cross multiply here, we're going to get 4 times x minus 2 equals 8 times 3. Okay, you got to distribute the 4, so that's 4x minus 8 equals 24. You add 8 to both sides, you get 4x equals 32. Divide by 4 and you get x equals 8. If you plug that in, 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 8 equals 3 over 4. So we're good. Cross multiply 8 times y. And then 3 times y plus 6. You gotta make sure we distribute. So 8y equals 3y plus 18. Subtract 3y from both sides, you get 5y equals 18. Divide by 5y is going to be 18 over 5. If you were to plug that back in, 18 fifths over 3, that's 18 over 15. And then you plug it in here, 18 over 5 plus, so that would be 30 over 5. So that is 48 over 5. And so you get 6 over 48 over 5. Well, we can just put it in the calculator. Plus 6 divided by 8. Yeah, 6 fifths. And the other one, 18 6 fifths. So we're good. Okay. Down here, a over b is to 2 over 3. So you can flip it. So if a is to b as 2 is to 3, then you know that b is to a as 3 is to 2. So you can flip it. Okay. So here they have b is to 3. So in this one, again, b corresponds with a. So that's going to be a over 2. Okay, the way I think about it is I put in 2 random numbers. So if you want to put in a 10 and a 15 to check your answer, right? So 10 over 2 equals 15 over 3, and you know you're good. So it helps to plug in an answer that works. Okay, and then down here, a plus b over b. So what's going to correspond with a is going to be 2, and b is going to correspond to 3. So we're going to do 2 plus 3 over 3, which is 5/3. Okay, and again, if you use an example and you know that 10 over 15 equals 2/3, you can plug that in. So 10 plus 15 is 25 over 10. I'm sorry, over 15. 25 over 15 is 5/3. So you know 2 plus 3 over 3 is good. Okay, again, B corresponds with A and 3 corresponds with 2, so we're going to do A, B over A equals 3 over 2. And again, if you want to plug numbers in, 15 over 10 equals 3 halves. Okay, so we need to find AC and AD. AC has a distance of 6, and AD has a distance of 8. So 6 over 8, simplify to 3 over 4. Just divide by 2 on the numerator and the denominator. Okay, AB is 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then EC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's going to equal 1 half. And then we want the slope of ED. So slope is rise over run. Not really sure why they want the slope, but rise over run. So we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going over 2. I guess it just wants to demonstrate that we have a ratio. We skipped those 3 in class. Alright, 19, 20, and 21. You're helping hang balloons in the gym for a school dance. There are a total of 175 balloons. Some of the balloons are gold, the rest are silver. If the ratio of gold to silver is 3 to 2, how many gold balloons are there? So this was just like number 5. We know we have a ratio of 3 to 2, so it could be 3 and 2, it could be 6 and 4, it could be 30 and 20, 300 and 200, 15 and 10. We just don't know what the magnitude is, what the multiple is. So there's some multiple of 3 and 2 that when you add them together, they're going to equal 175, which is your total. So since we don't know the multiple, we're just going to put it in x and then figure out what that multiple is. So we're going to do 3x plus 2i, right? The number of gold balloons plus the number of silver balloons, sorry, plus 2x. The number of gold balloons plus the number of silver balloons equals the total number of balloons, which is 175. Again, they're both x because the 3, it's a ratio, so the multiples are going to be the same. So we put x for both of them. So that's 5x equals 175. That's going to be 35. Okay, so you want the gold balloons, that's going to be 3x. So 3 times 35. It's going to be 105. Just to check our answer, let's find the number of silver. So 2 times 25, 35, is going to be 70. 105 plus 70 is 175. The other thing you should do is check your ratio. So 105 divided by 70 better equal 3 over 2. And if you put that in the calculator, you will find that it does. 105 divided by 70 is the same as 3 over 2, which is your ratio. The ratio of width to height of a window is 2 to 7. The width of the window is 3 feet, right? And solve a proportion to find the height. So they're giving us, the easiest way to do this is that use the ratio that they give us. They give us 2 to 7. Okay, and 2 to 7 represents the width to the height. So the width to the height. They give us the width of the window is 3 feet. So the 3 is going to correspond with the ratio for width. So that's going to be the 2. So we're going to put the 3 in the numerator here. And then we want to find the length. So 2 is to 7. The ratio of width to height is 2 to 7. So 2 is to 7 as 3 is to what? Okay, 3 is to x. Right, and that's our height. Width to height. So the 3 corresponds with the 2, the x corresponds with the 7. You could have also done 2 over 3. 2 corresponds with the 3, 7 corresponds with the x. You could have done 7 corresponds with, or x corresponds with 7. And then 3 corresponds with 2. Or you could have done this one the other way, 7 is to 2 as x is to 3. But no matter what option you pick, there's 4 different ways here. When you cross multiply, you should get 2x equals 21. So x is going to equal 10.5. As long as you're matching up, right? The 2 corresponds with the 3, the 7 matches up with the x. So you could do that by up and down or left and right. You can't match it diagonally, right? You can't put the 2, right? The 2 matches up with the 7 or it matches up with the 3. The 2 doesn't match with the x, so it shouldn't be in the same fraction. And it also doesn't match up as the denominators. Okay, so we want to find the height is 10/5, 10.5. So if we want to check our answer, 3 divided by 10.5 should equal 2/7. And if you put that in the calculator, it does. Okay. The sides of a triangle are the extended ratio of 3 to 4 to 10. If the length of the shortest side is 9, what is the perimeter of the triangle? So the ratio is 3 to 4 to 10. We know the shortest side is 9. So 3 over 9, 4 over something, and 10 over something else. Okay, 3 matches up with the 9, right? The shortest side, right? The shortest side is going to match up with the 3, so 3 matches with 9. We got to figure out what 4 matches with and what 10 matches with. And if we notice, how do we go from 3 to 9? We have to multiply by 3. So if this side gets, since it's a ratio, the multiples are all the same when you go to the real thing. So if you multiply 3 by 3, you're going to have to multiply 4 by 3. That's going to give you 12. And then you got to multiply 10 by 3, which is going to give you 30. Right? 9 inches is the shortest piece. So if the ratio is 3 to 4 to 10, to get from 3 to 9, you need to multiply by 3, so you got to multiply the other ones by 3. So our ratio, our lengths of our sides are going to be 9, 12, and 30. Right? If you divided each of these by 3, you're going to get 3, 4, and 10. So that's your ratio. It's 3 to 4 to 10. So perimeter is all the sides added together. So that's going to be 42 plus 9 is 51 inches. Okay, this one was feet. And that one should have been balloons. 105 balloons. Down here we're solving proportions again. So to solve proportions, you need to cross multiply. So you have 28x. 4 times 77 is going to be 308. Divide by 28 on both sides. So we have 4 times 77 divided by 28. It's going to be 11. Cross multiply here, 4y times 9 equals 3 times 138. It's 36y equals 414 divided by 36. And we get 11.2. 11.5. Yeah, if we want to check that, times it by 4, that's 46. 3 divided by 46 should be the same as 9 divided by 138. Okay, here cross multiply. So you have 3 times d plus 5 equals 6 times sure you distribute. So that's 3D plus 15 equals 6D plus 6. Subtract 3D. That's going to be 15 equals 3D plus 6. Minus 6 minus 6. 9 equals 3D divided by 3D is going to be equal to 3. To check our answer, we can plug it in. That's going to be 6 over 8 and 3 over 4, which are equal, so we're good. Here, when you cross multiply, you get 6 times 2y minus 3. And then the other one is going to be 8 times y plus 4. You gotta make sure you distribute. So you get 12y minus 18, 8y plus 32. Subtract 8y from both sides. Add 18 to both sides. You're going to end up with 4y equals 50. Divide by 4. You get 13, 12 and a half. So plug that back in just to check. So 6 divided by 16.5 is 0.363636. And then 8 divided by 22. It's 0.3636. So they're both equal to 4 over 11. So we're good there. Okay, it says explain how the cross products can be used to show that this is not a true proportion. Well, a proportion is two ratios that are equal. So we need to show that these two are not equal. So let's cross multiply. Let's assume that they are equal. Let's cross multiply. So you would have 4 times x minus 3 and 2 times 2x plus 1. Right, we're going to assume that they are equal, and therefore we can cross multiply. If you distribute, you get 4x minus 3, and then you get 4x plus 2. When you subtract 4x from both sides, you get negative 3 equals 2. I'm sorry, 12. Okay, negative 3 does not equal, or negative 12 does not equal 2. So since they're not equal, we know that these two ratios are not equal, and since the ratios are not equal, it's not going to be a proportion.